right, last year, Batman White Knight, Sean Gordon Murphy, unprecedented success, fantastic story, really did. I mean, really good. Now we have Curse of the White Knight, and we're at issue 3. So, is it living up to the original? Is it as good? Is it good at all? Let's dive in. Welcome back to Longbox Diving, where we explore comics and story arcs pulled from the long box. Now we're going to talk about Batman Curse of the White Knight, number 3 from Sean Gordon Murphy, and with Matt Hollingsworth. Now this has been a fantastic story. The original is a fantastic story. This one has been pretty good so far. Maybe not quite up to the original yet, but this is only the 3rd issue. So I'm giving it time. It's actually really pretty good. So we start out with, Azrael is the main bad guy here. Azrael is, given some backstory. So the original Wayne came with the original Azrael to reclaim Gotham from the people that had stolen it from them. And the original Wayne promised the original Azrael some land if he had helped. And then they went back on their promise. And now we have this thing happening, right? There's something going on with Joker and the original Joker finding things in a cave and a sword and a bunch of stuff. So now there is an Azrael back with the Knights of St. Dumas. They are there and they are attacking the Wayne Manor. That's where we kind of left off with the last episode. So we open up this issue and you see this. Somebody just blew up Batcave. Wayne Manor blew it up. You see the Batmobile there in the water floating down. You got Batman coming under. He's trying to kick his way out. He floats up to the top, and we've got the GCPD coming in on a boat. Now, the art here is fantastic. I mean, Sean Gordon Murphy, the drawing in here, he's got that retro look to me. It's really, really cool looking. Very gothic in it as well. Very, and the colors, all of it's fantastic. But they got the GCPD coming in to try to rescue him. They're in like in a Zodiac boat, and then you got this helicopter coming in, and there's even a scene. They're flying over the Wayne Manor. It's all on fire. It's crazy. But they even have this scene where the helicopter comes down to the water like this, and the boat comes up into the helicopter. Awesome stuff. And so they get back to the GCPD, and Nightwing's like, hey, listen, I had to tell him who you were. I had to tell him that you were Bruce Wayne because to be able to get there and rescue, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, and Batman's like, it's all right. I was planning to tell him anyway. And Bullock's like, Bullock's like, I knew it. I knew it was you. It's some interesting dialogue there. So then Batman sets down this symbol, this emblem, and goes, the Joker picked this man for a reason. It is the symbol of the ancient order of St. Dumas, and the man in the cloak he's wearing the same thing. So they tell the GCPD there's something going on with St. Dumas. This guy was wearing this symbol. The Joker picked this dude for a reason. And he's referencing back to Wayne, and they have all this conversation, right? So Batman decides to go get Harley, and he's going to talk to Harley, right? And Harley, of course, Harley Quinn's pregnant, and then you see actually these panels where Batman actually puts together the crib within like panels. He is truly Batman because I had to put cribs together and they didn't go together that easy. Granted, it could have been time between it, but still, he's Batman and the crib is done. So he's talking to her about losing his family. He understands how she feels, etc. He was an orphan and he understands with the babies coming and the Joker being in prison, etc. And then he's like, everything will be all right. You just have to trust me. And he actually takes off his cowl and he shows Harlequin there that he is Bruce Wayne, which is like a big reveal. I mean, that's crazy. Then we flip in and we talk. They go in and Batman decides to interview the Joker. Of course, the Joker's the Joker. He talks about Lafayette Arkham and how he had fallen down the tunnel. We saw this or the well, and we saw this before when the original Wayne and the original Azrael were there at Wayne Manor, and Lafayette Arkham had fallen down the well, and his skeleton's down at the bottom here, right? and that Jack Napier, when he went to prison, actually had found that, and you actually discovered that, and so now you've actually created another villain, saying, it's a knockoff. And the Joker's like, he goes, you created this thing, this whole story out of nothing. But he goes, no. This is something that happened way in the past, and it just proves that the Waynes were not that good. The Waynes weren't the greatest people. The Wayne family were not the best people, and that's what he wanted. This is like my grand finale, and we're all going to be laughing at this. So then Harley comes in, and Harley says, hey, let me talk to him. I can get him to tell me who this, who Azrael is, and so we can track this guy down. And man, the Joker's like, I know you're pregnant, and I know you have twins, and I'm going to pay child support on one of them, but you have to abort the other one. Like, this is probably one of the worst things I've heard Joker say. He asked Batman if he had a hanger in his belt. He's like, oh, dude. I mean, the Joker here, I mean, he's playing him like he is not only just crazy, he is just evil. And so that was really well done. And then we get this nice panel. Batman's walking Harley Quinn out, and they kind of see this transfer that they're doing because they're going to be going down into the prison cells there at Arkham. And you see, the Killer Croc, and that thing, he looks awesome. You look at his nose there. He's wearing that muzzle, but he's got the elongated nose. That's really cool. You see Two-Face there. I think that's Poison Ivy we see behind there. So maybe these are villains that are going to be coming up. Maybe something's going to happen. I liked the way he drew the paddy wagon. That the old style. That's very cool stuff. So they go back down, and Harley Quinn's like, I'm coming with you. But they go down into the Arkham. They find the cave. They look like there's been writing on the wall, but it had been washed off by the Joker. And then the Batman actually uses this special eyepiece, right? And this is pretty cool. I don't know if any technology actually does this, but it actually is pretty cool. He puts his eyepiece on and sees like an X-ray vision, right? And he's able to see. I actually think you can actually see like little baby, the baby's heads inside of Harlequin, which is weird. Then you actually see a body buried underground, and so that was really cool panels that they did there. And then you have a scene back at the bar where all the cops are at the bar, and Bullock's making fun of Montoya, and he makes some comments about pink tacos, and she like throws drink in his face. That was hilarious. You can see the camaraderie there, and Bullock, true to character, he says some offensive things, and he doesn't care, right? And that reminds me of some people I know. So then we have the Commissioner Gordon. He kind of shows up. He thinks he's meeting Batman, right? And he goes to shake a hand. You get this panel where you can obviously tell that this isn't Batman. There's like claws on the fingers, right? That's not Batman's MO. They got the fire, like some emblem here that it's red. So obviously Commissioner Gordon didn't realize he is actually talking to the wrong person. Well, at the same time, down in the cave, Harley Quinn decides now is a good time to go into labor. Not that she decided, but yeah, she decided she went into labor. And Batman's like, first time I was like, well, we got to get you out of here. She's like, no, you're going to deliver a baby right now. That was hilarious. Even Batman is like, she's like, you're going to have to fight a pregnant woman. Even Batman's like, babies. Okay. Then we get these nice panels here of the Order of St. Demas Knights actually fighting with the GCPD. They're shooting the weapons up top. I don't know why they don't need scopes or sights of any sort. Maybe they're just that good. Maybe they are superhuman. But you also see Azrael fighting with Commissioner Gordon. You see Bullock, Montoya, and everybody's shooting. You see, and Commissioner Gordon's like, "Tell Barbara I love her," and everybody's like, "No!" And they, gunshots everywhere, big firefight, and then you see Azrael, just sword right through Commissioner Gordon, and it's like a flaming sword right through his chest. And you still have gunshots going off and everything, everybody fighting, and then you see this panel, it pulls it out, and then you see the faces of all the cops. The way Sean Gunn Murphy does this, with you can see the emotion. Boom, right in the name of Toya. You see Bullock. You see that they're all like, what just happened, and you see the gunshots shooting everywhere. Bullock gets hit a couple times. He goes down, and it's like two panels. I just see a cigarette tapping on the ground. It's just very cinematic, very well done. It's like boom, boom. It's almost like he with that art there, he took it into slow motion, and everything's kind of just slowing down, and you're seeing the dramatic effect of the shooting, of the bullets, of the faces of the people, the cigarettes going. You see Commissioner Gordon right into, Azrael, and then you see the sword come out, and then you see the last panel. And I'm not going to show that to you because you should go get this and read this. But you see that last panel, and then it's just like, what? And then a black page, and that's the end of this. It's like, man. All right, so it is definitely not up to White Knight yet, but it's getting there. It really is getting there for me. It's been fantastic. He's only been 3 issues in. This issue right here is one of those. Just like the first 2 are just kind of setting up things, but the character development in this, looking at the characters, the way Renee Montoya acts, the way Bullock acts, Batman reveals himself. It's like, what is going on? I like Harley Quinn in this. She's fantastic. I like the way she's presented here. The Joker himself is evil. I mean, it's shown not just insane, but the dude's evil. And she's like, you're 2 separate people. Napier, you need to come out and help. And he's like, let's just abort one of the babies. Let's get the coat hanger. It's like, what? And it is. So he's doing a fantastic job. And then on the art, so the writing's great. Then we get into the art, and there's pieces where the art's fantastic. I like the old school feel. I like that gothic-y feel. It feels really cool. And then you get the slow motion effect there at the end. It's like bullets, the cigarette bouncing off the ground like that. It just really slowed those panels down for me to where I was like, well, it's like boom, and everything's kind of just happening, and the sword and the flame and Commissioner Gordon and all this stuff. It was fantastic. And then in the back, they give you some nice several pages of what's coming up in Curse of the White Knight 4. So this is a very good recommend for me. It is on its way to being par with what was done before in White Knight. I think you definitely need to be jumping on this soon if you have not yet, because you don't want to miss out. So it's great. Definitely recommend. And if you like this review, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you here next time in the Long Box.